Hi, Mike O'Connor from New Voodoo's marketing team, here along with Lee Jacobs, our Executive Vice President of Research. Today, we're going to cover social and digital use rates based on results from our semi-annual consumer study of better than 3,100 14 to 54-year-olds. The survey took place in mid-June 2021. If you like today's video and seeing research as we release it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the alert bell to be notified when we put out new videos. Among the topics that Lee will cover in the next few minutes include the generational differences in terms of how various social and digital platforms are used and whether different demographic segments notice and recall advertising. Since recall, retention, and frequency are all critical ingredients to advertising effectiveness, we'll also show you which digital and social platforms are used chronically, even compulsively on a daily basis. Lee, why don't we start by looking at the broad trends, the big sample, and see kind of how things have played out during the pandemic?
Absolutely. So here we're looking at daily usage of social and digital platforms trended back to January of 2020, before the pandemic set in. Right now, they're at what I think of as their summertime levels, though TikTok is the standout here, growing strongly since it appeared on the scene, now with daily usage rivaling that of Snapchat and Twitter. Now, here are more channels, daily usage levels for nearly a dozen social and digital channels. So whether we're talking about Gen Z, the under 25s here, or Gen X, those 40 plus in our sample, some combination of Google, YouTube, and Facebook, Instagram reaches a huge swath of each generational cohort. I've changed the color scheme here because instead of daily usage, I've filtered down to percentages who use these platforms 3 times a day or more, what we think of as chronic or compulsive usage, filling up an idle moment, catching up on YouTube videos or Facebook. Again, outsized numbers across all 3 generations included here are enjoying lots of occasions with Google and YouTube and Facebook or Instagram.
At New Voodoo, we fulfill all sorts of direct marketing campaigns, from direct mail and telemarketing to all things digital. But when lead time is scarce and budgets are tight, even with the face of rising prices that we're seeing as we record this here in August 2021, the data confirms once again that the single most efficient weapon for consumer impact is our foundational 4 ad channels. Because such a significant percentage of any targeted demographic uses these channels frequently to chronically every day, your advertising gets seen with frequency, so consumer response with the right messaging can be fast. Now, Lee, daily or compulsive usage is one thing that helps with ad frequency and recall. But what if we explore where respondents say they notice advertising?
Absolutely. So here we ask them, how often do you notice things advertised on these various different channels? And we had them respond on a 6-point scale from never to all the time. The percentages here are those who responded either all the time or just 1 point below that. And you see the potency of YouTube clearly at the top of the ranking. Google, Facebook, well represented here, though the more subtle ad presentation of Instagram is down the ranking a bit. It does connect decently among Gen Z respondents. And while we show it near the bottom of the ranking, OTT TV, over-the-top TV video, connects with over half and represents an interesting new path for advertising. Since the pandemic began, we've noticed a huge shift in the amount of video being watched on TV screens and the amount of long-form programming being consumed on any device, smartphones and computers. So we've put together a new metric called digital video compulsives. These are people that use YouTube more than 3 times a day or watch over-the-top video on any device, tablet, smartphone, or connected TV screen for at least an hour a day. Over the top, or OTT, that's the industry buzzword for the consumption of long-form video programming via the internet. And when we look at the individual silos for compulsive video use, we see huge upside for client campaigns. Nearly a third of the Gen X and millennials are consuming ad-supported long-form programming on TVs, tablets, and smartphones, and over 2 in 5 among Generation Z is using YouTube chronically 3 times a day or more each day of the week.
And when we combine and dedupe those numbers, the potential reach is really significant. New Voodoo's total reach video campaigns have really been one of our most effective weapons since the pandemic began in March of 2020.
Between a third and half of the various segments can be reached with our total video reach plan, and not occasionally, but with heavy frequency, as these are the folks using YouTube and OTT platforms lots and lots.
Well, we hope this helps. And New Voodoo does conduct research and marketing for clients in the smallest cities to frankly all over the US. So if you'd like to find out more about your consumers' digital habits, the most effective way to reach and influence the core constituencies that really drive business in your category or market, we're always available to answer your questions and help you with future research and marketing plans. So please reach out to us if we can ever be of assistance. And thanks for watching today.